Welcome back. Hey guys, another great round. Come on, Kenny, get it in there.
Good job, man. Good job.
Another great round.
Hey, we kicked their butt. The winners, baby, the winners.
Yeah. Granted, it was an amateur round, but it was a good round. It was a lot of fun. Learned a few things. Tried to do a few things.
Tried to fix a few things.
Right. I think the thing we wanted to do today was talk a little bit about the stance, how we're setting up for the drive. We're going to cut to some tape for that. See what went right, what went wrong. So we want to make sure persons
work on the setup.
Right.
If you're going to set up, you need to make sure that your body position towards the hole is square with your hips parallel to your target. You want to make sure you point your left shoulder at the target, and you want to be able to address a target. You want to choose a target down the course line where you can aim yourself, aim your positioning, so that you can try to achieve that target. So square up, left shoulder pointed at your target, and on your swing, you must follow through completely, and then point your torso, your belt line, at your target as well. So those are the things we worked on today. You'll see all the footage that we shot, and Ron has something to say about that.
Cut to Ron.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. You know, when I was playing, I set up. My problem is, one of my problems is, when I do the irons in the fairways, as I come back, everything is fine. Everything's fine. When I come forward, my hands, I don't keep my right hand tight. It's loose. And when I come, it flips. And when I flip, the ball slices.
Right.
If you watch Ron swing through here, he does a real good job of dropping his hands into the groove before he releases to make impact. But one thing you'll notice, he's opening his hips way too soon, and he doesn't fully finish off his right foot. The ball is gone, he's standing at position, and he is just getting off of his right foot. So for Ron, I would say delay opening the hips. Great job dropping the hands through, but finish stronger on your left side. When he opened his hips too soon, it causes him to lean back. He doesn't finish the swing until after the ball is gone. He needs to finish the swing while he's hitting the ball.
The setup. We hit the ball. It takes 2 seconds to hit the ball. Most of your time should be the setup. When you're ready to hit the ball, get your stance, get comfortable, go through your brain of, the muscle memory, what you're going to do. A lot of people that I learned was your right leg has to be bent and it should be pointing towards the ball. If you watch a lot of amateur golfers, when they swing back, that right leg locks. And when that leg locks, you can't come through the ball. It's going this way or this way.
You can't turn, right?
Right. That right leg should be bent a little bit facing the ball. And if you notice, all of us, except for Ken, who is the mute, we don't talk to him. Nice.
Nice ball.
Perfect. Nice shot.
Yeah, still rolling. Good ball, Kenny.
Nice shot, Kenny.
He does bend his right leg, and I've been bending my right leg, and I've come through better. But if you watch the three of us, your right leg is all like this. It's all like this. So when you come back, your right leg is bent back, and it should be bent forward, pointing to the ball. And that's one thing I noticed.
Okay.
That we should really work on.
We'll see it, I'm sure, on video.
I think what you'll see in our setup is we have to be very deliberate. One of the things that you'll watch as we roll through the footage, and there's a lot of it today of setup, is that you have to have a purpose. You have to have an idea of what you're trying to do.
Hey, thanks, Lair.
I'm screwed.
That's
my
dog
leg
right.
right.
Know what direction we're heading.
And all you want to do is try to cut the top of those trees. If you can do that and get over the sand.
What are you going to do to set up differently?
I'm going to square myself up with that tree line.
Okay.
I have a special purpose.
Yes, you do. Your mom says you're very special.
Steve Martin.
Like a Special Olympic special.
I'm the German.
We might have to cut that out. But you have to have a deliberate purpose in your target choosing and your efforts.
Well,
so
something we'll probably see it, but something I saw Ron do today, which I don't think to do, except for when I putt. But even on a drive, I saw you point out, okay, this is where I'm aiming.
I'm going right to that sand trap.
okay.
Right to that right sand trap. I'm lining it up.
Right down the street.
I'm going to pick this piece right here. It's going to line up right here. So I'm lining up right through this, right that piece right there.
All right, that's good.
Okay. So I'm down, off my left heel, down, bending my left knee, pointing my right knee.
And then you point something you know,
Something closer.
bring that in, right? So I'm aiming, and your target is that leaf,
Right,
that
right. So
sprinkler head,
right. So if I'm aiming way down the fairway, when I tee off, or even my
find
iron,
something in the-
trying to get something
Right.
closer so I can line this up.
Yeah, I always did that with putting. You know, hit a mark, hit a spot.
Right.
I never did it with a driver.
Well, you always do. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about, because you want to choose a target maybe 2 or 3 feet in front of your swing.
Right.
Not only to use to stay square and parallel to your target, but also to follow your club through to that target.
Right.
So on the follow through, you have to go over that target you put in front of yourself 2 or 3
Get
feet
you to your
ahead.
left side.
Get you to your left side, exactly right. And then finish over the top. So you'll find that if you don't set up right and you don't pick a target, you're just out there swinging the golf club.
And slice it into the fucking tree.
And he pushed it right.
And that goes into the houses. Oh, wake up.
Wake up.
Little Susie.
Oh.
And we want to free your swing, but you have to free your swing with some purpose.
Right. And you can do that at FreeUrSwing.com.
Right, and we all have the same habit as when we hit. Sometimes when we come through, we lean back underneath the ball, to the right, to the left. It's all over.
Yeah.
We all forget. We all forget to get on our left side.
Yes.
And that's such a big thing in golf. And when you do get on your left side, sometimes it's only halfway, and you're still going to the right. You really need to turn so you're facing that target.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't do that.
Well, the real goal is not to hit the ball. The real goal is to swing correctly.
Well, if that's
And
the case,
let the
then
ball
I'm
get in
there
the
'cause I
way.
never hit the ball.
Just put a ball there. Just put a ball in front of it and see what happens.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I wanted to talk a little bit about yesterday. I was having a problem with my drive, that everything I was hitting was going to the left. I was shanking it to the left. So Mr. Fix over here, the doctor,
Dr. Fix, I like that.
told me to move my ball on my stance to my right,
Your right side.
2 inches.
Kenny Threewood, nice
Oh,
shot.
that's a nice ball. Good draw. Look at the draw.
Yeah. Where was that
Wow. Wonder where you learned that yesterday.
So once I did that, I moved the ball
Back
away,
in your stance?
away
Back in the stance.
from my left foot by 2 inches,
from? Where was it first? Right in the middle?
right at the heel, right at my heel,
This is a driver.
my driver.
So your driver you had at the front, which is what they normally tell you to
Right.
do. And he said back it off a little bit.
Because obviously what I was doing was coming over and trapping the ball, and it was going left.
So the ball's here, you're coming down into it.
And he's turning the
Because
club
it's so
before he
close,
gets.
you're already going up.
No, he's already turning. He's already turning left. He's already turning his shoulders.
Right, so he's already coming up on the ball.
And
as
turning
opposed to
away.
Hitting the ball first and then coming down. So you moved him back, okay.
So once I did that, I'm back hitting the ball straight again,
Yeah, you
long, and
Yeah.
Then it doesn't hit a driver, it's a three-wood, but he hits a three-wood.
A ton.
as
220.
far as the driver.
As far as the driver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he hits
hits it
a
well.
ton, and he hits it straight, very consistent.
So thank you very much.
Let's finish up today talking about how we're going to remember what our setup should be.
Since we don't have, it's hard, not having that muscle memory. That's one of the biggest things. A lot of these guys that play golf, in any sports, that muscle memory, for us, it's you got to say it over and over and
Yeah,
over
we play,
again. to
we're
get
weekend
this.
warriors. You get out once
Right.
a week. Maybe you go to the range once a week, and you try to work on stuff. But Larry's right. I mean, you got to have some kind of consistency every time you step to the ball. So
So what we need is, for us and anybody, we need a routine. Every time you come to the ball, go through your steps.
Right.
Go through the same step every time you set the ball.
It's not one size fits all. You have to modify.
Right, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
each person have their own routine. All right, head down, shoulders here, hips there, spine at a 45-degree angle. Is that right? 45?
Well,
what do you think?
you're going to want to have your rear end out, and you're going to have
Right.
your shoulders back, and you're going to want to have your shoulders and your hips and your knees in alignment. So you're going to want to be square when you address the ball.
But I'm saying everybody has, like you said, has their own
Everybody
routine.
has their own, and everybody has their own thing that works for them. If you saw Gary today, he knew he was going to play a hook or a slice. So he set up left, and he hit the ball left, and the ball landed in the middle of the fairway on several occasions.
So dogleg right, Gary hits a slice. We're going to aim a little left.
Work the slice, baby. You got to work what you bring to the course that day. And that's a smacker. Now look at this thing curve around. Woo, daddy. Dead center fairway.
Thank you, Billy.
Good ball, Gare.
Another broken tee.
Ken,
You have to know what works for you, but the basics
And it changes every week.
yes,
but the
there's
basics
certain
remain
things
the
that are
same.
Certain things stay the same.
The basics remain the same. You have to pick a target, you have to set up correctly, you have to swing with purpose, and then you have to hope for the best.
You need to follow. You should be on
And you
your
have
left
to follow
side.
through.
How many
You have
times,
to
how many
free your
golfers
swing.
How many guys don't finish up on their left side?
I think you're right. I think the biggest thing as amateurs that we do is fall off. You're falling away from the ball. If you look at every bad shot you've ever made, typically you're going, I stood up, right? And you'll see footage. You'll hear it a lot.
All day.
I stood up. I don't fucking believe I stood up. I stood up.
And that's the biggest thing. Because when you stand up, your head comes up. And when you stand up, your head comes up, the ball's either you skull it, it goes to the left
And
or right.
I think a lot of the reason we do that is because
We're not sure of ourselves.
Well, no, there's that, and I think, at least for me, you're trying to lift the ball on those occasions. Like you're trying to
Help it.
You're trying to get the ball
Or
in the
hit,
air.
or hit it too hard.
Yeah,
or
or
hit it
you're
too
swinging too hard, but that's different. But I mean, if you swing a nice, easy swing, and you try to lift it,
Right.
You're dead.
you're falling back. You're out.
I agree with
You're
that.
going to top it. You're going to slice it. You're going to hook it. Whatever.
So let's commit. So maybe that's a lesson we talk about. We commit to our swing, and we commit to a good and proper setup, and then we commit to try to play better. So those are the things you need to think about. Now, the entire golf swing is 2 seconds, maybe less than 2 seconds.
Right.
You have time for 1 or 2 thoughts only.
Right.
So if you set up square, and your legs are square and your body's positioned correctly, you don't have to think about it. So
You should be in a
now you
position
can
to
think
do it.
about that one thing, the hands, getting to the ball first.
And
So
in the turn.
proper setup is key.
Right.
Remember proper setup as a key component of your golf game.
Right.
Proper setup is key. Shoulders, hips, knees square to the target, and then commit to your swing and follow through completely.
Let me
Now
just
you pick your drive.
Right. The only thing we'll say, Ken and I talked about this in the car. For me, you play other sports. I played baseball, and my biggest thing was when I go back, my backswing, this arm is locked like this, and it should be like this.
Right.
So what happens is my arm's locked, and this elbow's out as a baseball swing.
Right.
This has to be locked, and this arm's got to be in.
Right.
Because if I'm out like this and I got a lock, I'm not coming through. That's when I start going here.
Right.
But if I get back, the arm's locked, and this is in, and I get rid of that baseball swing.
I know we got footage of that. You talked me through that.
Right.
And you know what you're doing
right,
wrong.
Right. And that's a big problem I have driving. Okay. And I'm sure a lot of people that play other sports, baseball, something, has the same thing. You get back here, it's like baseball. You get like this, and this arm's got to be locked. This arm has to be locked. In baseball, you're not.
Right.
That's one of my problems.
Yep.
And I know we worked on it. And I know when I'm up there, you guys are always saying you got to get that arm out there, get the arm locked. But true.
Okay, so in summation,
You
Gary?
came back. Well, I think basically you need to have a couple of things in your brain going to the shot, and it's just minimize it. Don't have 60 things in your head on what you're going to do.
Right.
So all I know is every time I step up the ball, where my feet are going to be, where my hands are going to be, where my shoulders are going to be.
Where the ball's going to be.
Well, the ball's going to be there.
In the
but,
middle, or
you
I mean,
know,
front foot.
How many times do you take that perfect practice swing, step to the ball, and then shank it?
Why don't I just do that? Really? Going.
No, you're gonna lie. You're out there anyway.
Sybil, take it easy.
It's just frustrating as hell.
Because you're not committing to your swing. So many times people are trying to hit the ball instead of swinging through and committing to a good free swing. So we got to sum up the setup shot. So the summation is stand tall, square up, relax, and free your swing.
Yeah.
At FreeUrSwing.com.
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 Cut.
Here we are.
Hey, we're here at Got Rocks in Margate, Florida. This is the owner of the club, Paul. We want to thank him for allowing us to come in and shoot in here and help us out. The food is great, the barmaids are great, and the alcohol is great. So everyone should come out to Got Rocks in Margate, Florida, and enjoy themselves.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you picking us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. He's a camera shot.